So this is an article posted by 9 to 5 Google, with the article poster being bedroom. And the question is this a true statement? Samsung says foldable phones would be the new standard of smartphones by 2025. So obviously, yes, we are now coming off of Samsung going ahead and unveiling their brand new Galaxy Z Fold 4 and Galaxy Z Flip 4. And with them unveiling both these devices, of course, they did sell plenty good. And of course, Samsung has already said before that they are projecting to sell over 10 million units of the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and Flip 4 this year alone. And by 2025, it is projected that it's going to be an insane industry. I mean, we're talking crazy numbers. So the question is this realistic, or will we always see candy bar cell phones be the top dog? We have the best, obviously, Samsung phone right now, best Android phone to a lot of people, the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and the best iPhone, the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Or will we see, for example, the Z Fold 74 become the best phone? Well, this is what's really weird about foldable cell phones and why some people would never get into them and some people will. What started as a niche product, a niche phone, was of course the fact that, oh, you're a foldable cell phone. That's cool. It's kind of like a gimmick. It's like a tablet in your hands. And over time, at first it was like the software wasn't there. The hardware was there, but it was kind of buggy. It wasn't 100%. And there was no way to protect it. Over time, that has changed. Now, with Microsoft, they are still slowly getting into that change, as we still don't have Android 12L on the Surface lineup, and we also don't have any wireless charging or waterproofness on Microsoft's lineup. Now, I still will truly say this a billion times. The Surface Duo 1 and 2 will always be a niche phone. It will always be a very small market phone. I don't ever believe we can get to a flagship market. Now, there's other phones that are being released in China. Oppo Find 5G, the Vivo. We just found out Motorola is releasing a phone in China. Google is going to release a phone in China. There's so many different phones being released in China that simply will never get to that level that I feel like it will become a new standard. With that being said, now the only other company that can release a phone that's foldable and can really compete with Samsung is Apple. And even Apple is pushing back their foldable cell phone into 2023 because they don't even believe 100% that it's the new thing yet. They're waiting to see, hey, listen, we want to know what's failing, what's succeeding, and is this a fade, or is this actually going to be a new or fad, or is this going to actually be real thing, right? So even Apple's just holding back. So that means Samsung right now, which last year they controlled 90% of the industry, they're going to continue to control pretty much the whole entire industry. And unless these companies in China are going to go international, which I believe the best company to have a chance of that is definitely Oppo, because Oppo and has a sister company, Vivo. Both of them makes foldable phones. That's your only chance to have to go ahead and actually compete with Samsung. Microsoft is unreliable. They have gone back and forth on certain things. They aren't consistent with sticking to their devices. And Samsung has blown everyone out of the water. Samsung has truly made a flagship foldable cell phone. But the issue is that price tag. And you can't have a new standard at almost $2,000 every time you release your phone. It can't be. Now, the flippable cell phone, the Galaxy Z Flip 4, I love the Z Flip 3, one of my most favorite cell phones. But even the Z Flip 3, the biggest downside is the battery. And the Z Flip 4, the battery isn't much better. Early reviews of the Z Flip 4 are negative. Z Fold 4, they're positive, but it's $1,799, $1,900 after tax. I can get this cell phone in my hand right here for $1,100. I can get this cell phone in my hand right here for $1,000. It's really hard to justify, but again, it has all the flagship features. It's going to eventually get Android 13. It has 120 hertz on outside, inside display. It does have USB-C. It has wireless power share. It has wireless charging. It has NFC. It has waterproofness. For Pete's sake, it's so good at waterproofness. There's a liquid that goes over the components to seal the components. It has so much great features. But the inside display is still very, a liability. This one on the outside has Gorilla Glass Victus. This has Gorilla Glass Victus. Victus. The outside display of this phone has it too, but the inside display doesn't. And as long as the inside display has these issues, and as long as the inside display, people are still, kind of skeptical about whether this inside display will work 100%, will it break over time, how long will it last, it cannot be that price tag. And based on what we see in the industry on technology, prices are only going up. Inflation is going to continue to happen and get worse and worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better. So by 2025, we might see this phone be $2,200. And again, for a flagship phone, it's really hard to get that price tag out there. If Samsung could somehow make this phone right here $1,300 with all the features it has, maybe better inside display, more durable, this would be the new standard within a second. But I know they're saying foldables in general are going to be not just their phone, but in general, I don't see a company really going international and taking over this industry and really competing with Samsung. It's not easy to go ahead and go international. A lot of people are like, oh, Oppo, just go international. There is taxes you have to pay. First off, you have to compete with Samsung. You're going to have to ship your products worldwide. That costs a lot of money. And there's a lot of startup costs to go ahead and do that. And then you're probably going to go bankrupt. So, and also, of course, keeping the inventory enough to sell 10 million units. Samsung can sell 10 million units. It's not easy to sell 10 million units. Got to make sure everything's perfect, too. So, with that being said, will it be a new standard? I do not believe so. I think the software will get a crap ton better. The hardware will get a crap ton better. But to say it's going to be that new standard, I just can't see it, because I don't think the price tag will ever be at that point where it will be good enough. Now, the Surface Duo 3 coming out next year. If the Surface Duo 3, which again, like I said, Microsoft, with how unreliable they are, is really hard to break this down and say, oh yeah, no, they're going to be fine. They're going to fix it. They're going to do it. They're very unreliable. But let's say they just completely shock the world, right? They're going to shock the world and release a Surface Duo 3 with NFC. Oh, sorry, on NFC. Waterproofness, wire power share, wireless charging. They're going to give us Android 13L, right? They're also going to give us the ability to have a dual boot from Windows to Android, right? And of course, they already have Gorilla Glass Victus on both displays. So is that the end all be all? Is that the cell phone that's going to make the new standard? Is that the flagship? No, because that's going to be $2,500. I said before with Microsoft Surface Duo is they should create a Surface Duo 3 Pro. There should be a Surface Duo 3 and a Pro, because the Pro is going to be for obviously the more expensive unit, but for the people who want all the features. It's at the end of the day, like I said, because I started using the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and I can't stand iPhones anymore, but I've been trying to use this phone a lot more, and I absolutely love this phone. This phone would never compete with a Z Fold 3 to me, but for a normal consumer, this would be 100 times better. And it's nothing wrong with the Z Fold 3 or 4 because both phones are absolutely amazing. It's just, I don't think with the price tag alone, we're going to get to that point. But I will be surprised if I'm wrong, and I'll be happy to admit I'm wrong. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.